Hey everyone, welcome back for another Pencil Talk where we talk about the most amazing classroom resources that you just have to have in your classroom. And today's resource is actually not about the students. Well, kind of. It's about the parents. What can we give the parents to help support their own children? So I've created the best resource, in my opinion, of course, but I am a little biased, to give to your parents to help them create a fun and learning environment outside of your classroom. So this is called Parent Print and Go Games. Yes, I like to keep it classic and simple. That's exactly what it is. I have over 30 print and go games that cover topics in writing, math, reading, and grammar to help your students continue learning once they get home. And these resources are super fun because they're all games. So they are one page, no other materials needed other than, of course, a pencil, maybe a crayon here or there. But there are directions on every page so the parents know exactly what to do. And here's the kicker. I love this part. There is even a parent corner. So the parent corner is like a little tip or trick or reminder for the parents based on the topic that they are working on with their student. So, for example, this one is a mystery riddle. Put it up here closer so you can see. So the students are figuring out the riddle down here. It says, what belongs to you but is used but more by others? So what belongs to you but is used more by others? That's a fun riddle. So, and this one is working on persuasive writing. So the students are going through, they're reading the sentence, they're circling whether it's persuasive or not, and then they're putting the letters down below to figure out the answer to the riddle. And then, again, on the parent corner, which is what I was just talking about, it says persuasive writing is a unique genre of writing for many students. Since it doesn't follow the typical character setting story format, students sometimes struggle. When reading each sentence, ask the question, is the author trying to get you to do or think something? So again, it gave the parents just that little tip, that little question that they can ask their students as they're giving support through the activity. And again, I have them on so many different topics. There's over 30 games. So let's take a look at what other ones I've got. I only printed a few. So here's one on equivalent fractions, and it's a coloring activity. So the students down below, you can see if they're equivalent to a half, 3/4, 1/4, or 1. They're going to color the picture a certain color. Then here we go all the way down even into phonics, friends. So here we've got one for long A words. So you can see here they're going to roll and color and figure out which words or what's creating that long A sound. Then for math, here we've got a telling time race to the win. So they're timing themselves on how fast they can tell the time on the clocks as they read through them. I told you we also have grammar. So here's a fun one for irregular plurals. So here it's a like a board game type where they start and go to finish. And the students have to use a coin or a small object as a piece. They roll a die. And they give the plural form of the word, and if they're correct, they get to move to that spot. So all the words on the board game are actually singular. They have to give the plural form. And of course, there are answer keys. So I love to send the answer keys home at the beginning of the year with your parents, or you could do a simple front and back answer keys on one side, games on the other. Obviously, your parents should know that the answer key is on there. Whatever makes sense to you, you absolutely can do. Here's one for math again, addition and subtraction with regrouping. It's a bingo game. I love how the problems are all in different directions. We've got one that are vertical and we've got some that are horizontal. So again, each one comes with directions and a parent tip. They are print and go. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, how do I use these? Let me tell you my 2 best tips on how to use these in the classroom. So when I first designed these and made them, I used them as a parent resource board that I would put out in my classroom anytime parents are in the room. So think like special events, parent-teacher conferences, open house, the beginning of the year, award ceremonies, different things like that. So I had one of those big science trifold boards, and I would hang up like the little file folders. I would hot glue those on and staple the sides so it didn't open. And then I would have these in there so the parents could come and grab whichever games that they wanted. Now, the cool thing is with this resource, you actually get these big labels that you can then put on the front of the file folder. So when you're creating your display, teachers or parents know what topics there are. And then they can come up, they can grab some extra work for home, and then they can do it as they want. So that's a great way to not put the pressure on parents and students and just provide extra work on things that they're working on. So you can customize the board based on what games you want to print out. So if you're not working on long A words, you don't need that one on your board. You could go to another skill that you're working on. So I always used Velcro for the labels. That way I could take the labels off and put new labels on when I changed out my skills. So anytime parents came in, I would change out the skills, put new copies in the folders, display it somewhere. Parents knew they could come and get resources at any time. Sometimes I even had parents say, hey, I'm going to pop in today. Can you put your parent resource board out in the hallway and I'll grab some things? Yes, absolutely. So it's something that you create once, and all you have to do is make a few copies, and it's so easy to do. And then the other way, of course, to use these is to send them home as homework. Since there are 30, I usually gave one a week when I used them as homework, and it was just due back on Friday, and it was just an easy way and a fun way to kind of get the extension of learning from school to home. So I definitely hope you'll head over and check these out. I just know you're going to love them. There's loads of examples of what the board looks like if you're interested in creating the board. If you're interested in learning more and checking it out, grab the link in the video description and head over to check that out. So definitely a must-have in your classroom. Am I right? Your parents will thank you, and you'll thank yourself too. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you'll go and check it out. Bye, everyone.